Hi, lovely ladies and boys. Good afternoon. My name is Claire Manning from Thirsty Brush, and welcome back to the How to Craft Network. How are we all today? I can see loads of regulars, but a few of you are saying you're not feeling too good today. I can see Enid and Elizabeth saying you're in a bit of pain, so sending positive vibes if you're not feeling quite so good. So let's see who's there. Amanda, Vicky, Jan. Oh, did I get your email? I haven't seen one, Jan, but I'll check as soon as I step out of here. Nola. Who else have we got? Liz. Irene, have I said that already? And hi and welcome to everyone else joining as well. If you are new here, do hit the subscribe button and hit that bell too, and you will be notified of all our lovely crafty videos. There's tons going on at the channel. Constant inspiration for you, and then some new launches here and there as well if you need to top up your lovely stamps, dies, stencils, that kind of thing. Enid saying, have we started yet? Yes. Refresh, Enid, if you can't see me. Well, she wouldn't see that, would she? That's a bit of a silly thing to say. Well, I hope you're all well. It's been another rainy week, hasn't it? And you know, I'm just so sick of the rain. Are you guys? I think we're going to get a heat wave. It's going to go from one extreme to the other, isn't it, in June? So let me show you what I'm going to be working with today. So mainly the focal point of this card is going to be the lovely leopard print stencil that we did a little while ago. I was trying to think which collection that came with. Somebody will remind me. Shoes? No. Perfumes? No. Perfumes, yes. And this heart die, which is from, if you've got this, the Hello Sunshine, which has got the lovely orangey stamp and die, but I'm just using the heart one. So I'm going to put some ink down, and then I'm going to stencil through. Fingers crossed this works. Ink down first, and then I'm going to stencil through with some texture pastes and stuff. So we're going to have a play, hopefully get a bit messy and brighten up your day a little bit. I haven't got a homemade t-shirt on today. Just thought, let's go for something bright. But the truth is, I haven't had time to play with t-shirts this week, if I'm honest. But I will be doing some more. I've got lots of ideas. So I've got a piece of white card, and I'm going to use the stencil. It is 7 by 7. This is a piece of A5 card. So the reason I like to do a lot of the big stencils is that you can use a portion of it, or you can use all of it for a decent sized card. So first of all, I'm just going to get some low tack tape and put my piece of card onto my mat, getting rid of the extra sticky so it doesn't ruin my card and my trousers. Amanda, you had your second jab, feeling a bit off today. Oh dear. Again, sending love to anybody who's not feeling so good. My daughter's having her first jab today. She's 17, but she has a little bit of mild asthma, and we've been waiting about 4 or 6 weeks, something like that, because of course they can only have the Pfizer or Moderna one or something, and there hasn't been any in stock in our area. So hopefully I'll call her when I finish in here and check she's okay. She's taken herself there. She's so grown up. Hi Janet and Dave. Anyone on May? Helen? Lovely to see you all. Ruth, sorry if I've missed anybody. Roxanne. So I've got an ink. I want to start with a kind of base colour. In fact, it's a bit silly of me. Take that off. I want to start with a base colour before using the stencil. I tell you, you get me every time. This is why I'm too busy talking, and I just go ahead and do it. Enid, you got your second jab on Saturday. So I've got a kind of, if you think about leopard print, very often think about this kind of browny, rusty, yellowy, orangey colour, don't we, as the base. So I'm starting off with that. You can, of course, use whatever colours you like. If you have a look back when we did this release on social media of the design team and the group, the Bruchettes group, there is tons of inspiration on there. And you'll see that a lot of the design ladies use some crazy, crazy colour combinations, but they really, really worked. Leopard print. Oh, no, I hadn't used it for a while. I've got to get it out. You know leopard print's my fave. My Dean always says to me, when I get my big leopard print coat out, and he goes, Bet Lynch has called, she wants her coat back. So, some ink on there. That's just a dye-based ink, but you can use your distress ones, oxides, whatever, as long as it kind of blends into a bit of a background in the middle. And then we're going to layer on. So if you want to stick to traditional leopard print colours, go for your darker browns now and your blacks. I thought I'd go a bit wild and add some blue glitter paste. Am I bonkers? Who cares? Let's try it. So I've got a little plastic palette knife, and this one just squeezes out. How cool is that? And I'm going to go pretty much all over the stencil. They actually call this is an eye ink, they actually call it glitter paint. But I was playing around the other day and I thought that's thick enough to go through a stencil. What I would say about using these thicker pastes through your stencils is wash your stencils quickly. Because if that dries in, and these are quite quick drying, you're going to have a tough job getting that out of your stencil. I have a few in my drawer that I haven't washed quick enough. They'll still work, just they look a bit mucky. Right, I wonder if I can scrape that back in now. Maybe not. To use that for something else. Let's go right to the edge. Let's not waste it. Got a bit overexcited. Right, so I'm going to very, very quickly, just got a bit of roll just to wipe my palette knife as well. But I will stick that stencil straight in the sink after, otherwise that's really going to set in. Should we have a look at what this looks like? It's almost like the colours of my top, actually, isn't it? I genuinely didn't plan that. Oh my God, is that a crazy colour combination or what? You see the glitter in that? I like it. That is wild. So you can either set that aside just to dry by itself. I'm going to, for quickness, just run my heat tool over it now because I want to die cut. It's cool, isn't it? So what's everyone been up to this week with the easing of restrictions? Has anyone been hugging? Have you had any? You been out for a coffee or some dinner or anything like that? I've done both. I've hugged my mum for the first time in, well, since this all began. So probably, I didn't even hug her for her birthday in Feb 2020 because we kind of got the feeling by then, didn't we? Things were going this way. So I think the last time I would have hugged her was New Year 19 going into 20. So I almost broke a few ribs. I think I was squeezing her that hard. You put your feet up, Ruth. Have a duvet day. I feel like this is getting even shinier now it sets. Trying to get that to reflect. There we go, look at that. Woo! Ah, you're coming to Brum, Amanda. I hope you're going somewhere nice. So yeah, I did that on Monday, had a little coffee with my mum, and then Tuesday I went for some dinner with my best friend. So it's lovely, wasn't it, Jane? So I'm just checking that that's dry enough for die cut. I think those thick bits need a little bit more. You missed the Brummie accent, Amanda. I don't. I'm proud of being Brummie, but I don't think people really like the Birmingham accent very much. Right, anyway. Where's my heart die? So what I want actually is a lovely heart in this beautiful pattern for my card. So I'm going to get my die cutting plates. And I've used just the outer part. And then I can absolutely use that waist, trim that down for a square card, can't I? And use it as the negative. Let's hold that in place. I don't want to get any lift on that glitter. I'm going to try and not overlap it too much inside. And run that through. Oh, people seeing their friends and family. It's lovely, isn't it? It's nice to be able to get out and about, but we're right to be cautious, whatever that means. I think it's about not going around hugging everybody, isn't it? I don't know whether a hug itself could be cautious, but I suppose what he means is don't go hugging around 100 people a day. Would you say so? There we go. That's a cool heart, isn't it? I'll pick it up. I think that's cool. So let's now think about something for it to sit on. So I want to bring in another kind of bluish shade. I think I'll go back to the, I don't know whether it totally goes, but we'll make it work. The Salvage Patina. So I need a little bit of scrap just to clean my brush so it hasn't got that brown left on it. Okay. And thinking, do I want it centred? Let's have it that way for a change. Don't do many landscape cards. So I'm just going to start from the centre and kind of blur it out so it just sits as a, so it doesn't just look like my heart's kind of floating in midair. And make sure you cover an area bigger than the heart itself. You're not sure whether you've done enough. I pick it up and hold it over, like hover it over. I think I need to come out a bit more. Oh, it was a messenger on Facebook, Jan. I will have a check, I promise, as soon as I finish here. Okay, I think that'll do it. So let's add just a bit of texture, do my usual, bit of a spritz of water, let it sit for a second, and it's just going to react with that water and just lift off a little bit. And then just with my kitchen towel or tissue, lift that off. Add a bit more if you want. And you see the texture, the extra texture that gives. Just adds that little bit extra, doesn't it? Let's pop that on the card. Said I was going to do it landscape, didn't I? Plenty of glue because that's quite a thick piece, and I've got a black card blank here. This is one of Tony's top folding ones, but turning it on the side just means it's going to open this way instead, almost like a book. So that makes it a little bit different again straight away. Let's pop the heart on some foam pads, just again to give that a little bit of dimension. Put some foam tape somewhere. Just a few strips just to raise it up. Or, you know, I like to use craft foam sheets, you know, like funky foam sheets. You could even die cut a funky foam heart and then just stick that on the back, and it would be exactly the right shape. Then you won't have any gaps for your foam. That's really a good tip when you're posting your cards, because it keeps them really even and they don't arrive all wobbly from in between all your foam pads. That makes sense. So straight in the middle, I think, for this one. Right in the middle, just about. And let's add on, I haven't done a sentiment for this one. I've done some numbers. Do you remember our alphabet and number dies? So I thought this would be quite a cool card for like a 40th or 50th, something like that, for somebody who dresses a bit funky and is a bit wild maybe. So I've cut out a couple of white of each number, the 5 and the 0, make this a 50th card, and I'm just gluing those together. And then I've cut it out again in gold, just to make that a real kind of thick embellishment and make it a real focal point. So I am going to keep all the little inner bits that come, because it's called waste, but it's not really, is it? That can absolutely be used for something else. Oh, you're liking the heart, guys? You could even do like a drop shadow effect with that heart. So if before you do a glitter paste or any kind of paste, if you did another, say, darker ink colour and then offset it slightly and then did your paste, that would give it almost like a shadow or a 3D look. Got a bit of glue on that. That'll come off when it dries in a moment. You sure it's 50 again? You were in New York for your 50th, May. Wow. I was supposed to be in Vegas for my 40th last year, but obviously that didn't happen. One day. Yeah, I wish I was 20 again too, Enid. Actually, I don't know. Do I? I don't think I liked myself very much when I was 20. I'd like to have the figure I had when I was 20. That'd do. You went to Paris, Jan? Wow, what, for your 50th? That sounds amazing. I haven't been to Paris since I went with the school in the early 90s. So the 0, the middle pops out, leaving you with that little extra bit for another card. So I'm just gluing the 0s, the centres together as well. What have I got in here? I'm just thinking something else. Let's throw another colour in there and add some gems as well in a minute. So I want the 50 to sit nice and even. Let me find something I can just kind of tend to do this a lot. I'm trying to get something straight. You can use your ruler or your grid if there's no grid on this mat. But I want to get it nice and even. Before gluing anything, just roughly place it. And then if you do it with your wet glue, you can always jiggle things around a little bit if you need to. You could even add maybe some of your flowers around the curve of this heart. You've got like some of your cocktail flowers because they've got a nice curve to them. You could add those in, couldn't you? And do the middle after because I feel like I won't line it up properly otherwise. Hold that in place. Give it a good push down because it's on top of all that ink and all that glitter paste and everything. It's going to need a good push. And I've got nice gluey fingerprints all over the metallic, but they're rubbing off. Nice and easy. So hopefully that's pretty well centred. Just about there, I think. So let's add some final little sparkly bits, shall we? So yeah, probably ideally I'd go for another type of blue maybe, or a gold. But sometimes we just got to use what we got to hand, haven't we? That's a bright, sunny, funky card for a change, eh? I'm just going to move out the way for a second so you can get a nice picture of that. Sparkly, shiny. It's got a bit of everything to it, hasn't it? Colour. But again, it's all about mixing up your colours and thinking, yes, a lovely standard leopard print would be great, but why not make it blue or pink or green or whatever that person likes? You know, they've got a favourite colour. Why not? Have a look. Never been abroad for a special birthday, Bernie? Send your sympathy donation. You're going to start a GoFundMe. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Jan, I'm going to find your message now. I'll message you if I can't see it, because I know, I must say, on Facebook Messenger, I have had 1 or 2 people over the last probably couple of months since I did an update on it. And they said they sent me a message and I've looked everywhere and I can't see it. So, of course, you can always message me to get in touch through any of the social medias. But I would say if it's to do with an order or something, just so it doesn't get lost, I get so many notifications, do always send it to info@thirstybrush.co.uk or info@stamps by me, and then it goes through to the girls that do the packing, and it just gets it straight to the person that needs to answer your question if it is to do with a specific order. But if you just want to chat with me or ask me a question or anything like that, then of course, drop me a note. Have a great day, guys, and join me again at 1 p.m. on Sunday for the Sunday Chill show. I've just recorded that for you now, something different again, and lots of new stuff coming soon. Stay safe, guys, and take care.